In our last sailing journal, we were visiting the mile-wide island of Palmerston, home to the 57 descendants of British seaman William Marster. Don't know who he is? Be sure to check out our last video. We spent 2 days with one of the 3 families on the island, eating local food, learning about their island and their fascinating history. We felt like we were as off the grid as we could possibly be. That is, until we got a hand-drawn map of a submerged atoll somewhere on the route to Tonga. If this map was the only guide we had, you can bet we wanted to check this out. The exact location of Beveridge Reef isn't clear, making it a serious hazard for boats passing through. Most vessels try and avoid it, as there isn't actually any land to see. But instead of missing out on what could be epic, I climbed the mast to try and identify a pass entrance by the naked eye.
Oh, wow!
As we got closer to the reef and got a better look at what we were up against, we started to get a little nervous. According to our navigation charts, we were already on land, so we knew we couldn't rely on any map. The waves were crashing hard, and the water went from dark blue to clear in a matter of meters. There wouldn't be any room for error. Once we identified what we thought was the pass, we rolled up our sails and turned on the engine for more navigation control through the strong current. Needless to say, our hearts were thumping. Communication was key in getting through the pass, but we made it safely and headed deep into the lagoon where we found a massive sandbar in the clearest water we had ever seen. Our weather files told us that a storm would soon roll through, and the lagoon has zero protection. We set our anchor in 8 feet of water and set off exploring right away. Locals told us of a shipwreck on the reef, so we went looking. Turns out, SV Delos had been here a few years back when the fishing boat, Lady Liberty, was still above water.
So that's pretty bold to be out here. Must have come over the reef.
We stayed in the water until our fingers and toes turned to prunes. A storm was coming and we'd soon have to leave, but we wanted to soak up the magic of this crystal clear lagoon we had all to ourselves. I couldn't help but be proud that we had been courageous and perhaps crazy enough to go so far off the grid. We were rewarded with an experience so extraordinary, it's almost like it was a dream. Next week, we're headed to the Kingdom of Tonga, where we meet up with some familiar faces, participate in our first kava ceremony, and climb to the peak of a stolen mountaintop. Until next time.